Hey guys, what the heck is going on? My name is Maytax, and yes, this is Brink. I finally got some gameplay of Brink that was actually not full of lag and all that, so, yeah, I have a little commentary here for you. Uh, this is what not to do in this game, as most of the gameplay I found was what not to do. Uh, Rule number one, don't jump out of a vent and not have a place to go back from cover. That is a bad idea. Don't do this, because as you can see, there's no point in waiting for a medic. So that was a bad idea. So yeah, here's Brink. This is Brink. Yeah, you get your taste yet? All right. See you later. Anyways, so what I'm doing, since I'm on the security, we are trying to get in there past that door, and there's a door on the side over here that I'm about ready to go to. That we have to get past to get to a crane to repair. The crane, well, I'm not supposed to repair the crane. I'm supposed to destroy the doors if they're there. And I clearly didn't realize that because I jumped up here thinking, oh, I'm gonna repair the crane. No, I'm not gonna repair the crane because that's not my objective. But honestly, if your team is doing what they should be doing, you really shouldn't have to worry about changing classes. But you know, this team's not really doing a whole lot of good as far as that primary objective. So I do have to switch here and change to the engineer here. So I'm gonna make my way over there, and several times I will try to get this thing repaired here. So right here, this is a good instance of what you should do. Utilize your abilities. All right, as an engineer, I have a sentry and a mine. As you can see, I placed the mine there, and although I did get shot in the back, he stepped on it, which got him down, or at least down on health, which allowed that medic right there to sort of, to kill him and then throw me a syringe. So that's great. Alright, so this guy, he's a soldier, so he placed a HE charge, I guess, on the door, and we have to basically defend that, make sure that the enemy does not destroy it. So we can destroy this door to get in there. And, I'm being kind of dumb and poking my nose over here trying to see what they're doing, try to get little kills, I suppose. But whenever there's an active objective, you should always try to at least do it or defend it. So what I should have been doing was standing over here, because as you can see, this guy jumped down and he got a couple of my dudes down. But it's alright, we got the door. And I really don't know why that grenade failed. I could have sworn I had it aimed high enough, but alright, so yeah, you see he was trying to repair that door so he couldn't get in. So I'm just going to sort of stand here and pick them off as they try to repair that conduit there. And attempt to get in past this sentry gun here. Oh, it is disabled, which is good. Attempt to get in here and at least take out some people so I can get some teammates pushed up in here as well. That's what she said. Let's see. Oh, that's right. And then a medic's gonna come and get me back up. Now this, waiting for medics is one thing. What I usually do is I at least wait for one respawn wave to come, and then if the medic hasn't come then or doesn't look like he's coming my way or is directly in my line, then I try to tap out. But right there, yeah, bad idea. Try to always at least clear your objective before you try to interact with it. Because it does take a couple of seconds, or not, I guess it should take a couple of seconds, but enough of a time to watch, right here, enough of a time to let go, to try to shoot the person, and you don't have enough time. Right there, I actually tried to let go, but did not have enough time, and they got me down. So, try to be aware of your surroundings. I use the what do you call it? It's the one where I can basically turn my body and see third-person view of what's going on around me. And so if I see somebody coming up on me and I don't see enemies, clearly putting fire into them, I will try to get off the objective and try to shoot at them to get them down. Because I don't want to get shot in the back while I'm trying to do an objective. That's, that kind of sucks. So But yeah, that's pretty much the end of that. It clearly did not get us anywhere. And one of the things that really just it's not it was not really on my best thing was communication. You have to have good communication. I just was not talking with my team. So we're gonna skip it to another little gameplay here because that one was kind of short. This was actually in the same night. So what I'm doing is on the security, I'm actually going to try and hack this conduit here. And it right here, this is very bad. This is very, very bad. Don't do this. Watch your flanks. All right, watch your flanks. You need to know where your flanks are. And clearly, I knew where the flank was, but I was not listening to my own advice, which I tell people, which is always watch your corners, watch your flanks, know where they're going to come from, and always at least attempt to look that direction in some instance as you're going. There's my little failed attempt at trying to switch to a gun because I always forget is there like a little delay on when you hit the button to get it. But yeah, watch flanks. That was a very bad move on my part, which was very detrimental because I probably could have gotten there a lot quicker, or at least could have covered up there a little bit. And I wouldn't have had to worry about getting shot in the back if I would have watched that flank a little better. So we actually, now that I think about it, I think we actually do get this first objective here, which is good. So that was good. We did get this, and it does take a little bit, actually. But there's my friend calling me on Skype in game, so just ignore that. But yeah. Flanks are definitely a big thing. Sorry, right here, it gets kind of boring right here until we get past this first objective here, and then it really starts to pick up where you can see where you definite teamwork is not being used. So I'm just gonna open it up. So right here. So yeah, we did hack that conduit right there, which is good. Alright, so I had to go ahead and shut that off there. But we did hack that conduit, and now we're on to the second part of it, which is opening a safe that has a passcode, I believe, in it or something, that we have to deliver back to the train that comes and picks us up. And without good teamwork and communication here, it's just a failed attempt, as you'll see. The rest of this entire gameplay is just a failed attempt on all of my team part and myself, because we just, again, communication. We're not using communication at all, and even in online matches, it is a really good thing to use communication because without it, it's futile. The game is futile. There's no point to it, because the whole point of Brink, if anybody's been watching it before the game ever came out, was it's an objective-based game. And actually, right here, I completely forgot that I was an engineer, and I should be down there helping out with this stupid safe hacking. So if I'd have realized that probably 20 seconds ago and started hacking that, we probably would have won this match. So, and that is only just because I was not utilizing my objective wheel. Usually I try to do that, like right as I spawn in, I hit my objective wheel, and so it points me in the right direction so I know what's going on, and I know where I need to go. So, always make sure that you know what your objectives are, and that you are purposely making yourself available to do those objectives. And I clearly was not here. So now that I have figured out that I'm an engineer, because I was throwing buffs, and I'm like, oh, hey, wait a minute, I'm an engineer. So now I'm actually going to try to step up my game and get to that hack conduit there and get it hacked. And it's kind of brutal from here. But also, as where they, pay attention to the direction that I'm going here. I am sticking more upstairs, not that direction, but I am trying to stick more upstairs because it is easier to kind of, it's an easier flank sometimes, especially when most of them, what they do is when they spawn, they spawn below, so they're staying on the ground level. So if I try to flank, I can't really necessarily flank from the bottom unless I were to go way around, and then I'd probably be the only one there. So definitely try to fight where it matters, but also utilize those different ways to get to those high traffic areas to kind of throw your opponent off. And this is I've done this. I do this several times in this one, which is I come up here and toss grenades and try to shoot at them from the elevated angle, because most of these guys are shooting down at the bottom of these stairs where my guys are filtering out of, which is a bad move on their part, because if they're just going to sit there and go through, go down those stairs every single time they spawn in, it's complete chaos, because they're just going to get shot up and gang raped right there, which they do over and over again. So I don't understand why these guys don't try to flank at a different angle. Um, if you see, most of these guys are sticking to the same route. They're sticking to the bottom route, or they're going up, but then they're just filtering down the stairs. Like, this is Brink. This is kind of my failed little. I needed to let go of the stupid smart button because it just started to climb over everything. Um, but what I was saying is, we're in Brink. We have parkour and all these cool tricks and aerial acrobatic stuff. Like, utilize that. Climb up on top of stuff and go a different route that they're not expecting, and flank them from behind, or at least give some a diversion to the people that are not doing it. That's what I try to do a lot, is to try to take a different route that they're not expecting. Even if I'm the only one there, most of the people will be like, oh, there's only one dude, let's gang rape him, and so they turn and they start shooting that guy, and then the rest of my team gets enough time to push in and just completely annihilate him from behind. I've seen this several times. I try to get some gameplay of it, so I can actually really show you what's going on when that happens. But so here, like I said, I did finally realize that I am an engineer, so I need to do my objective. And that just kind of goes back to utilize that objective wheel and understand where the priority objectives are. Understand what your role is, because this isn't your typical Call of Duty or Battlefield. I mean, you have, depending on what class you are, you have a objective, and you should always be trying to do that. So definitely make sure, if you're playing this game, know your objective, know what you need to do, and do it. Even if it like takes all your might. And you'll see the last few minutes of the game. That's all I'm doing is just running straight for that stupid hack to try to hack it open. Even if it means I'm running through bullets and getting shot at instantly, which happens a couple times. That's what I'm doing. I am running, right out of the spawn. I know exactly where I'm going. I'm taking the same route. Obviously don't do that, but in desperation of getting that last couple seconds to try to hack it, or at least give us some overtime, try to give us some overtime and finish that. And I mean, throughout the whole thing, I cannot iterate more. What went wrong in this was really, the lack of orchestrated attack movements. There was no communication whatsoever between me or any other people. There was a little bit between me and my friend here that's in purple, and then a couple of the people on the team. It was actually a really, really good gameplay that I wish I was able to record after this that we played. It was a different server, but I mean, literally, as soon as I started pulling up the microphone and telling people, hey, we need this, can you do this, change to this class, and can you please put a sentry here? People started doing it, and the game completely turned around. We didn't get it turned around in time, but it was really kind of fun to watch. And that's one of my favorite things I like to do, is to kind of try to be sort of like a leader here. And if you find that you're the only person that is not, or that is, or wants to communicate in a server, definitely pull up that microphone and tell people what to do. Tell them what to do. More times than none, they will probably listen to you, and they'll probably tell you to frick off and that they don't want to hear you, but they probably will listen to you and realize that if they really do what you're saying, the game they'll probably win. It'll probably go in their favor most of the time, But yeah, with this last last minute or so of the actual gameplay here, this is pretty much where it comes down to desperation time. We have it looks like 5 minutes on the clock here, so I'm realizing, all right, with 5 minutes, we gotta get this thing hacked, and it's not happening. And I think this is where I stopped communicating. It's just sometimes that happens is you get so bent on like, I need to get there, I need to do this, that you forget to communicate. You forget to tell people what's going on. Because if I was able to really tell people, hey, I'm up here, I'm waiting for somebody to come in and help cover me, I probably could have gotten somebody of my teammates to say, all right, well, I'm on my way, or at least I would have been able to see that they're pushing through and I'd have been able to jump down and probably at least got a little bit more progress on that hack. So again, like I said, it really all does come down to communication, which is a definite need in a lot of different games, not even just this game. You can apply it to even, I mean, heck, even Call of Duty, I suppose. I mean, not so much there, but you know, a little bit of communication goes a long ways actually. Um, so yeah, it looks like I got about 2 minutes on this clock. Yeah, 2 minutes on this clock here, and now the desperation kicks in, and I'm realizing, all right, at all odds, I need to at least try to get down here and at least make it look like I'm being productive. So that's pretty much all I had to say about this gameplay. It was a little dry, and I am gonna try to get a few more gameplays in where I can really start giving some tips out and letting showing you guys exactly what was going wrong and what was going right. Um, all in all, most of this gameplay was a lot of what went wrong, and a lot of what went wrong was no communication or not paying attention to the task at hand. Here's another tip: don't follow the bait. Don't fall for the bait because you'll get killed like I did. Yeah, don't do that. Bad idea. If they're trying to bait you, just go a different way. But yeah, like I said, it all really came down to communication. Just no communication made this whole game just go wrong. And I'm gonna try to get some other gameplays of me and any of my friends actually even just trying to communicate and showing you exactly what you can accomplish even when you're communicating with pubbers. If you don't have people that are on your Skype or on your TeamSpeak or whatever it may be that you're using, I mean, you can even communicate with pubbers, and most of them will listen. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this last little bit of gameplay of my little desperation trying to get to this hack and do what I could do. But thanks for checking it out, and like I said, I will try to get some more gameplay. So I leave you with this. So long.
Sorry, man. Ah, thank you. Been spotted! Multiple bandits spotted! Speed boost applied! Enemy marked! Go get him! Weapon tuned up! Your armor's upgraded! Enemy turret hacked! 30 seconds left, brothers. Multiple enemy spotted! Much appreciated! I upgraded your armor! Changing mode! 10 seconds left, brothers. 4, 3, 2, 1. Damn it! The intel is wiped. Jen's data key is useless. Get yourselves back to Sec Tower. Whatever the terrorists are planning,